Can you believe that baseball season's just right around the corner? It's crazy, right? Feels like the World Series was yesterday, where the Yankees have finally filled out their coaching staff. And joining us to discuss a few storylines with the Pinstripes is New York Post Greg Joyce. Greg, baseball right around the corner, man. It's crazy, happening all over again. And the Yankees have just filled out their coaching roster with the hiring of Brad Wilkerson. So what can you tell us about him, and what's he going to bring to the organization?
Yeah, so Wilkerson played 8 years in the majors as an outfielder, 2001 to 2008. The last few years he'd been working as a recruiting coordinator at Jacksonville at the college level, but he said the Yankees called him about 10 days ago about a job, and then things kind of escalated quickly from there. So he joined the staff. Obviously, Dylan Lawson is the head hitting coach, and then Casey Dykes is another assistant. But those two guys don't have any major league experience like Wilkerson does, so that's an important role. He replaces Hensley Mullins, who left to take the top job with the Rockies, and Hensley had that major league experience that was helpful to guys. So I think Wilkerson talked about helping guys. He's been in their shoes before. He wants them to have their heads right mentally when they get to the plate, and so I think that's going to be a large part of his responsibility with the Yankees.
All right, and The Athletic, they actually just released their list of the top 100 MLB prospects. The Yankees got 4 names on there. Everson Pereira at 86, Oswald Peraza at 76, Jason Dominguez at 32, but shortstop Anthony Volpe broke into the top 10 at number 8. What do you think of the odds we're going to see some of these guys get the call up this season?
Yeah, well, first starting with Volpe and Peraza, those two guys are going to be in the battle for the starting shortstop job for the Yankees in spring training, along with Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, who was their starting shortstop last year. So those 3 guys are going to be duking it out for the main job, and I think it's a pretty good bet that Peraza starts, breaks camp with the Yankees, whether that's as the starting shortstop or as a kind of backup versatile infielder. That's remains to be seen, depending on how the camp battle goes. But Volpe, they're going to give him a shot to win it. He's been the highest or most heralded prospect that they have for the last few years, and he's only played a handful of games at AAA. So unless he wows them in spring training and wins the job, he's pretty likely to start the season at AAA. But he could still make it up this year, even if he doesn't win the job out of camp. Jason Dominguez finished last year at AA Somerset, so I would think it seems like a good bet that he could start the season there and maybe try to play a full season there, or maybe break up to AAA by the end of the year, depending on how he does. And same with Everson Pereira. I think he played about 20 plus games at Somerset AA last year, so could start there as well. But he's a few years older than Dominguez, so maybe maybe he gets to AAA a little bit earlier. But yeah, I think those are 4 of their top guys. They also have Austin Wells, a catcher, who could be is another one of their top prospects who could potentially factor into the conversation at some point this year if needed.
Well, we're all enjoying our last days and weeks until spring training starts. We're going to be calling on you this season a lot, man, for news and updates. So thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Brandon.